All right, Taurus, thanks for coming in for January's reading. I'm doing things a little bit differently this month, and please excuse how I look when I feel drawn to do a reading. They're not scheduled. I just jump in because Spirit's like, you need to do this. So I'm going to do a 2026 look ahead. It's going to go over your themes, the challenges, and the opportunities. So I'm just going to jump right into this, Taurus. The theme for 2026. We've got the Four of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. When I see this combination of cards, when it talks about the theme of 2026, we're starting to recognize in 2026 where our power is. Where we're no longer limiting ourselves to just sticking our heads in the sand and allowing other people to make choices because we're complacent. It's like removing the feeling that we need to be the victim of our circumstance and that other people's choices have affected the way that, things have turned out for us. We're removing that in 2026. We're standing in our power, Taurus, and we're making our own decisions and our own choices. And we're no longer staying in this self-imprisonment of the mind. Because that Queen of Wands energy is taking their own action, standing in their confidence and their power and realizing these are my options. This Four of Cups, this gift is being offered in 2026 and you haven't said yes and you haven't said no. You realize the choice is yours. You're no longer being complacent. You're being, what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional. All right, let's go over the challenges. I gotta be honest, this looks a little... Two of Swords in reverse, Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, we're gonna have challenges. We're gonna have that. But it looks like the biggest challenge you're gonna have, Taurus, is like not wanting to make a decision based on an uncomfortable truth and waiting too long to make the decision. And it ends up in this Ten of Swords energy where, you feel like you're pressed against the wall. You're in a trapped situation where you feel like you're being pinned down under the pressure of this choice. Like if you wait too long, you're going to miss a window of opportunity. The Ten of Swords is good in the way where something is coming full circle to an end of a cycle. So you are going to be faced with having to make a choice this year, Taurus. It's going to be uncomfortable and you could be like hem-hawing. You could be waiting a little too long to decide. And that could end up making you feel like you've kind of missed a window of opportunity and then feeling the pressure underneath that circumstance or that consequence. Let's go into the opportunities and the gifts, though. Looking much better. We've got the Five of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the Empress. Now, any one of these cards could look like a negative aspect, but when we combine them, it's actually a pretty great message for you, Taurus. You're deciding this opportunity and this gift is coming to the recognition that you've got to take things into your own hands and not wait for fate. Not wait for destiny or fate to bring you some gift or opportunity. You're taking and standing into this Empress energy where you are creating your own abundance in your own future, your own prosperity. You are birthing things into life. And with the Five of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you realize look, I'm in a situation where I have to be accountable and make these moves on my own. It's like you've been, your head has been removed from the sand. This feeling of complacency you may have felt in the past where it wasn't your choice, it wasn't your decision to make, where you kind of just waited around to see, what happened. We're removing that energy and doing things, taking the bull by the horns and actually doing things intentionally. You're exerting your own powerful life force, your own beautiful grounded energy, that Taurus energy that's stable and secure. You're making moves for yourself and decisions and choices that are going to put you in a position where you are going to be able to birth this prosperity. I feel like I'm word salading you right now, and that's not the intention. It's so important to get this gift opportunity, this message through for 2026. I want to convey it in a way that you understand how important it is for you to be in the authority of making the own choices about what happens to you in 2026. To no longer leaving it to the decision of other people. No longer just sitting around and, well, let's see what happens. Because you have the power. You have this beautiful Empress energy, which encompasses the power of all four queens of the deck. And you are being asked to stand in that and create and no longer feel like this is just a situation you can't do anything about, because you absolutely have the power. And Spirit wants you to know the universe is standing behind you and saying we can't just leave this to fate anymore. We need you to step in now, Taurus. We need you to use that everything, the wisdom that has brought you to this point. You are capable and you are worthy. And whoever told you that you couldn't make good choices and good decisions for yourself, you can be trusted to make the right choices for you. 2026 is all about doing that. Let's get a card for advice. All right. Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Everything is blossoming and bearing fruit now. Open yourself to receive. The prosperity you seek is being activated. A stream of abundance in all areas of life is ready to flow into your life. The Creator desires that you prosper. Take action in the direction of your dreams. This is not a time to passively wait for prosperity to fall into your lap. Are you fucking kidding me? Literally, I pull these cards after I lay it down. Like, I have no idea how it's going to affect this reading. Life goes in cycles. There are times when energy fields lay fallow, and there are also times of harvest. Right now, you're moving towards a harvest time to receive an outpouring of money, energy, time, or love. However, you must first know that you deserve it. And you do. There are times on the journey when life is fallow, but in the times of harvest, the sacred traveler shares the bounty and even volunteers to help others bring in their crops. This is the time to give deeply and fully of who you are and what you have, for the more you truly give, the more you receive. That's with this Five of Pentacles, giving to charity, volunteering. It's a universal law, and as you focus on gratitude for what you already have, your abundance will grow in leaps and bounds. Now let's look at what we're leaving behind in 2025. What is Taurus leaving behind in 2025? Seven of Swords. Queen of Wands in reverse. We had the Queen of Wands upright for the theme, so that makes sense. We are getting rid of betrayal. We're getting rid of shady, sketchy people. Ace of Pentacles. Some of you may be moving to a different job or career or location. You could be deciding to make a career change. You're letting go of feeling like you can't take action in your own life. The Knight of Swords. Overthinking. You might be in a spot where you've been inspired by thought that was driven by financial wealth. And the King of Wands in reverse. I feel like, and this isn't all Tauruses, this isn't going to fit for everybody, but I'm talking to somebody who hasn't felt the confidence to make the choices in their life. Like they felt kind of like left to the whims of how the wheel was going to turn. And we're getting rid of shady people, shady understandings. We're stepping into our authority. We may be changing jobs. We may be moving into a different career path or a different level. That's what I have for you. Thank you, Taurus.